In the California governor election, more Democrats are starting to get behind Javier Becerra, and he is now polling at 20%. So, uh, looks like he's the Democrats' candidate, as of right now, at least. But Tom Steyer has gotten a lot of support from progressives on the left because he has taken a lot of progressive positions, supported, he now supports universal health care, he supports abolishing ICE. So I'm gonna kind of go into the platforms of each of these candidates because a lot of them, like, they have different platforms, they have different uh, things that they're running on. But Butch Ware is the Green Party candidate running, and he is, other than Ramsey Robinson, the polls haven't really shown Ramsey Robinson above like 2%, but there was a poll that showed Butch Ware at 5%. So uh, he's a serious candidate. So I am going to talk about his campaign a bit, because here he talked about the Muslim American vote. He said 53% of Muslim Americans voted for Jill Stein and Butch Ware in 2024. And I think this was in response to an endorsement made for Tom Steyer. But Ramsey Robinson is also running. He is running with the Peace and Freedom Party and the Party for Socialism and Liberation, the California Socialist Party. So his campaign is just running on socialism and anti-imperialism. Here is a protest for anti-war protest opposing a war with Iran. So his campaign is good. I'm gonna show his platform, but he's running a good campaign. I just don't, like, none of the polls really show him uh polling higher than 2%. So I just think we need to get behind a campaign that, like, the left needs to get behind a candidate that is polling within numbers that can get them into the general election. And Butch Ware is the only third party candidate that has gotten enough support to actually have a shot at getting on the general election ballot. He's polling at 5%. I think there was a poll that showed him at 8%. So, like, if he's polling at 8%, he could actually win because, like, third party candidates are often, their supporters are often underpolled. So, he is running as a write in. So, the fact that the polls showed him polling that high as a write in is like, he has a lot of support. And here's his platform. He's running on universal health care, free education, protecting immigrant rights, real economic justice, justice reform, and land back. So this is a really good platform. Divestment from war and genocide, and he has a plan to do all of it. So a real left campaign. And then you have Tom Steyer, who normally would seem like a centrist establishment Democrat, but he is running as a progressive. And when you look at his platform, he is running on affordable housing, lowering gas prices, raising taxes on corporations and billionaires, free education, and defending the climate and the environment. So, very progressive, but I mean, when you compare it to Butch Ware, it's not really like, it's not really as, not really good enough. And just to put it at that, but Tom Steyer, he's like polling at 14%, and a lot of people are like saying that he is the only progressive that can win this, and that we got to get behind Tom Steyer. And then you have Katie Porter, who is sort of like, she was seen as a progressive, but then she got like the scandal, like bunch of controversy and stuff that hurt her campaign. So she's not gonna win. But she was seen as a progressive at one point, and now like no one really cares for her campaign. And then you have Javier Becerra, who I think is the establishment candidate in this race, no doubt. And like anyone that's supporting him just doesn't want change. And like he himself, like he's not really the change candidate. He's like running on the same stuff that Gavin Newsom ran on. Nothing really different about him. And when you look at his platform, like he brings up Donald Trump. Like Trump is currently the governor of California. When California like is one of the most democratic states in the country, which means they have the power to do these things, and it hasn't been done. So what really should make people think that he's going to do it now, or that Democrats are trying to get these things done? So, like, if you want a progressive Democrat in office, vote for Tom Steyer. But if you believe that is not enough and you want someone more left leaning or radical uh, in the as governor, then vote for Butch Ware or Ramsey Robinson. But I mean, at this point, Ramsey Robinson doesn't have a real chance at winning. So vote for Butch Ware. Me personally, if I was voting in this race, I would probably write in. I mean, I don't know for sure because I'm not actually voting in this race, but I would probably vote for Butch Ware. Uh, but there's still a couple more weeks left until the election. But if it really were to get really close, like I would rather have Tom Steyer win than Javier Becerra or any Republican candidate. So there is the possibility, like, of the spoiler. I don't like to bring it up, but other people are bringing it up. So, uh, like the spoiler effect, a third party candidate hurting Tom Steyer's chances of winning. So if it were to get really close, consider voting for Tom Steyer. But Butch Ware is running a very optimistic campaign. He thinks he has a chance of winning. So I wouldn't count out his campaign. I wouldn't. And I think uh, if you're voting in California and you want something different, then he's definitely the candidate. Or Ramsey Robinson. But there is a Democrat that you definitely should not vote for, and that is Matt Mahan. He is the Palantir MAGA candidate, MAGA Democrat in this race. So definitely don't vote for him or any Republican, or like all the other Democrats basically should drop out, uh, including Katie Porter at this point. But that's basically my thoughts on the California governor election and all of the candidates running. So I basically, like, I would encourage you to either vote for Steyer or Butch Ware.